Jocelyn, I guess, right?
Well,
or that was the foxhole one.
That was the foxhole one.
This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. All right, good evening to everybody out there. I'm Tom Medlin. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable, and it's Tuesday, November 19th, 2019. Man, it's going to be 2020 here real soon. Boy, it seems like time flies on this show. I don't know why. But anyway, hey, we're going to have a great time tonight. We got a lot. In fact, the show was packed tonight. We had to cancel a segment because we've got so much to bring you tonight. We had to cancel it. If you're listening out there on international shortwave on 5130 tonight, shoot us an email to tom@w5kub.com. Send us an email and let us know where you are in the world and listening to the station and how you're hearing us and how you found us. And if you just ran across us by accident on shortwave, if you have internet access, you can join us tonight by going to w5kub.com, and you'll be able to watch the video, and we have a chat room there. You can also enter the chat room and talk with us directly there. We do have telephone numbers in 65 countries, so it's not unusual for our friend Tony down in Australia to call in every week. Maybe if we open it tonight, we'll hear from Tony again. And by the way, Tony, you know, I asked Tony last week, I said, you ever boxed a kangaroo down here? And Tony hadn't, but he sent me a video of a guy that stopped his truck and went out. A kangaroo had his dog, and this guy gave the kangaroo, I think, a left hook or something, and that broke him loose there. Anyway, hey, we're going to have a good time tonight. Join our Facebook group. It's just called W5KUB. It's in Facebook. And we have over 8,000 hams there. It's growing all the time. I would love to have you in there. So let's jump over to some of our remote guests and co-hosts there, and let's see how things have been going for them out there. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Well, we got a full house tonight. You noticed we got the Brady Bunch with us tonight. Hey, Katie, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Tom. Hey, everybody out there. Doing great. Glad it's Tuesday night and on the show. Had a fun weekend of contesting. Actually, Dwayne did all the heavy hitting, and I helped out and did a little search counts and some logging. But it was a good time and ready to rock and roll on a new week. And one quick little fun thing. Today is our granddaughter's very first birthday. So happy birthday, cool. Maddie.
That's so cool. Very good. Hey! I forgot to mention, guys, since we're having a really in-depth look at behind the scenes of MFJ, we probably have a lot of MFJ employees on here tonight watching. I think I saw Richard. Richard just signed in. That may be Richard Stubbs down there. Everybody knows Richard. So just want to say hello to all our MFJ people down there. Hang in with us. It's going to be a great segment. All right. Well, Katie, let's see. I don't see Dwayne back here. Is he? Yeah, he's back there. He's there. There he is. He's got his headphones on. All right. Very good. All right. Hey, and I am so glad. And well, look, I tell you what. I want you to introduce Neil, but I'll just say hi, Neil. How you doing, Neil?
Hi, Tom.
How's it going, man? And hey, Neil, where are you? You're up in Bloomington?
I'm in Bloomington, Indiana at the moment. Yes.
Yeah. Is it cold up there yet?
It's been cold. It's actually a little better today, but yeah, more snow on the way, we hear.
Oh man! Well, hey, we get some pretty bad snowstorms here. We get about a half inch a year. One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah,
and
those are killer.
That shuts the city down for quite a while. Let me tell you.
I hate when he brings that up. It's so annoying.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump up to Jocelyn real quick. Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, Tom. Doing fine.
You're looking good there.
Thank you.
Where's the harmonic at tonight?
The harmonica just printed some homework, so he's a little busy right now. Junior in high school, if you can believe that.
Oh man. Oh, that's he'll be out before you know it.
Goodness.
It's happening. It's moving fast.
Yeah. All right. Jump down to my Stone Mountain man. Hey, Mike, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, we're fine. It's cool, but it's not cold yet. So we're good.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward for you and I talking about how successful Stone Mountain was. That looks like a great hamfest. We'll talk about that just a little while. But let's jump over here with Katie. Let's see if I can do some screenshot moving around, and let's see if I can get Katie in here.
Slide Mike out of the way.
That looks a little better. Let me just move.
All right, there we go.
Let me move Neil for a minute. And Katie, you go ahead and take it, and let's get this show on the road.
Well, I'm really excited that we could be joined tonight by Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG, and Jocelyn Brault, KD8 VRX. And they are here tonight to talk about the very exciting news about YOTA that's going to be coming here to the U.S. in 2020. And Neil has taken on the role as head honcho of the whole shebang. I'm sure you have an official title, Neil, but I think right now head honcho of the whole shebang probably covers it all.
Yes, that's the title, but you got it right the first time.
Yeah, I think it's very exciting. And I didn't realize that we haven't hosted one over here in the States. Is it ever been in the States? Has it always been elsewhere?
It has not been in Region 2. Everything has been in Region 1, which is Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. So this is the first time over in Region 2. And we hear that in October of 2020, Thailand is going to sponsor one, so there will be one in Region 3 next year for the first time.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, for anybody who maybe just hasn't picked up on this yet, could you just give us a quick explanation? What actually is YOTA? I shouldn't have just thrown out the acronym. So let's tell people what it is.
Well, let me explain that, and then I'm going to hand it off to Jocelyn a bit. But YOTA was created by the people in IARU Region 1, and it was Youngsters on the Air. And we had a couple of guys that are on our committee, too, that aren't here with us tonight. Sterling Mann, N0SSC, and Sam Rose, KC2L. They went over to Austria in 2016 and brought the idea back, and they wanted to get it started over here. One of the things that they noticed was that a lot of people didn't like that term youngster over here. And so I read that in their report, and then I started talking to Ed Durant, DD5LP over in Germany, and it was kind of like, what's the difference with youngster and youth and all that kind of thing? And he said, we would never say youth over here because it's those troubled youths. Youth has a really negative connotation over in Europe, so they use youngster. Well, over here, whenever you say youngster, it sounds like you're 284 years old complaining about somebody on your yard,
Get off my lawn.
Exactly. So one of the things we did was we made the decision that we were going to bill it as youth on the air in Region 2 as opposed to youngsters on the air in Region 1. And it's just a cultural difference. That's all it is. It's still YOTA, though.
Right. And the age group is 15 to 20?
15 to 25 is where we're going. We're just doing exactly what they do. Okay. Being the former young ham that I was, I wanted to push it a little lower, but in a camp situation, it's kind of hard to do that. So
Right.
we'll see how it goes. This is the pilot, so we can kind of tweak things as we go. And we did say that, if you're within a year or two of the age limit, we'll take a look at some recommendations maybe. And maybe we can figure that out. So it's a learning process, and we're going to be learning some this year.
Well, some
Right.
people might look a little large for their age, but you'll still take them. You'll still take them.
Well, then of course
John,
you
and
find.
I don't know if I can count him as a camper or not.
Well, it's now being hosted here in the States, so of course you needed a location to be able to host this. So I guess that's where our friend Jocelyn came into the mix here.
Yep.
And the
Yeah, man.
VOA Museum, perhaps.
Yes.
All right, you're on the hot seat now, dude.
Yeah.
How'd you get roped into this fun?
Well, it's funny because Neil and I have met at the VOA a few times,
Yeah.
and he was mentioning, listen, I'm thinking about we need to do something here, and I said I'm busy right now. I'm coaching some robotics. Let me think about it. So May ended, and by June, Neil's like, "Yeah, you're on the committee." But it's a
man.
good cause, right? So it's hard to turn down something this fun, right? We're doing something brand new here in the U.S. We have the benefit, as Neil mentioned, that Sterling and Sam were in Region 1. We're able to participate and bring all that experience here. So they're on the committee, and they've been very helpful in getting things how we should do things. So we're looking forward to getting this camp rolling and seeing all the campers. But yeah, so being a member of the VOA Museum, also Neil is, and we just thought, wow, this would be a great location. It's close to Dayton. A lot of people know how to get to Dayton, so you're not, that far off the map. And we have the room, and we started looking into it, and we got the board approval after, a lot of time, but everything worked out fine. So we're looking forward to hosting the camp in June.
That's fantastic.
Well, all right.
So
Well, hey,
that's
while you're speaking about that too, let's run a little video. It's a very nice video that you guys have. Let's run that and see what it looks like. So here we go.
Welcome to the National Voice of America Museum of Broadcasting near Cincinnati, Ohio. The Voice of America Museum is the site for the first ever Youth on the Air camp in IARU Region 2. Young licensed amateur radio operators between the ages of 15 and 25 will have the chance to come here for a week of learning, operating, building, and fun. If you are a licensed ham between the ages of 15 and 25 in North, Central, or South America, we want you to apply to come to this camp, which will be held June 21st through 26th in 2020. Maybe you've just become a ham and don't know what's next, or maybe you're already an experienced ham but want to step up your game. Youth on the Air Camp will give you a chance to experience more. There will be workshops on contesting, kit building, direction finding, and satellite operation. We're even planning on having a contest at Kings Island Amusement Park and a high-altitude balloon launch. You'll have a chance to work our week-long special event station, W8Y, with some of the biggest and best rigs available. And best of all, you'll make friends and meet mentors that will last a lifetime. Thanks to the generous support of our sponsors, YOTA Camp is affordable. For more information and to apply, visit yotaregion2.org. And if you'd like to donate to our cause, also go to yotaregion2.org and click on the donate button.
Well, I tell you, that was a great
It's a good
video.
It is. I'm all excited.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a camper or I'm a ham, but it looks like it looks like. Go ahead.
Oh, one of the things that, we were talking about picking the site of the Voice of America Museum. And, as I spent more time over there, it just seemed like a natural fit. They've got the park, which was the old antenna farm out back for the transmitter hunt. And, They've got the big station for the ham shack and plenty of room and different things. But also, Kings Island's just down the road. Dave and Buster's just down the road. We've got all kinds of stuff, right in that general vicinity. And it just seemed like it was a great place to do it. So that's one of the reasons we picked it. But another reason is we've already got community support. That video was actually produced by Westchester Township. They came out, shot the video. We borrowed some video from Region 1. Jocelyn provided the kids. We got all the kids there to act their part. But there's already community support because, Westchester Township said, "Oh yeah, all your video, no problem. We're going to do the daily highlight videos every day. We're going to produce the promotional video that you just saw." So that was part of it too. Was we just had a lot of support, not just from the club, but from the community.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
It's great. Now, did you say how many people you're expecting to attend?
We're starting out with 20 campers, room for 20. And then if we get enough donations to where we can, afford the hotel bill, we're going to go up to 30.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, and part of the donation, too, is obviously, as Neil said, we have to do that. But we also need more volunteers as we get more campers. And we want to make sure that it's a good experience for everybody. So that's why we're kind of limiting it right now to 20. But as Neil said, if we can get some more donations, that means more youth get to participate in the camp.
Well, let's tell everybody right now how they can donate.
Well, that's very easy, Tom. As said in the video, go to yotaregion2.org, and there's a big donate menu icon there at the top on the right-hand side, and just click that. And we have a PayPal donation, we do GoFundMe, and basically, anyway, so there's a couple of ways to donate, and there's also Amazon Smile. So if people are buying stuff on Amazon, they can pick us as a charity, and we'll get part of those proceeds.
That's great.
That's cool.
And are you guys taking applications or names or anything like that for volunteers yet, or is it still too early for that?
We're a little too early for that. Registration for campers opens in February, and we'll probably be looking at volunteers about that time frame as well. I know some people have already contacted us saying they want to be part of the volunteer committee and help out. We've got tons of activity every day. I think if I can just go run down real quick here our quick agenda. So on Sunday is our opening ceremony, and Tim Duffy, K3LR, will be our guest speaker. And then on Monday, we've got contesting with Marty and N1C, and then Bryant, KHHVO. We'll do that. And then we've got a kit build going on. We've got Dr. Jack Purdom, WATEE. He's written a few books on Arduino, and we've got Al Peter, AC8GY, and they're around here, and they're part of the Greater Cincinnati Builders Group. So they're all about kits, so they're going to come in to do that. We've got D-Star with Ray and Will from ICOM. We've got APRS. We're doing a high altitude balloon launch with Audrey KM4BUN and her family. Wednesday, we're going to do the Kings Island contest. Enjoy the park, and also get to do a little contesting on the FM. Thursday, Chris and I, actually Ruth, will be there doing some satellite presentation and trying to show how that's done. Hopefully we'll get a couple of good satellite passes. And then we'll have direction finding between myself, Chris, and Bob, which is somebody that does the IRDF, and he competes. So he was on the committee for the 2016 ARDF championships were held here in Fairfield, just next door to us, really. So he's local, so he's going to help us get that set up. And then we also have the special event station that will be running through the air, and then we'll have a radio at the hotel, And that actually worked out really well because Neil found the hotel, and we were wondering if we could have a special event station and set up antennas. And as Neil was talking to them, thinking this would be a problem to put antennas on the roof, and they were like, "Oh no!" When I guess was the Neil, you know better. Was it the president?
Yeah, it was President Trump.
When President Trump came, that's where all the Secret Services were, and they already had all their stuff. So they're like, no, we still have conduit. So everything is made easy for us to get a special event station from the hotel. During the day, it'll be from the shack, and we'll see if we can even maybe get a remote to get more stations on the air. So we're looking at it. Like I said, it should be a great time and should be really fun.
Yeah, it was actually the campaign rally. It was the telecommunications crew that was staying at the hotel, and they ran wires everywhere. And so they were just like, oh yeah, we had to put people in certain rooms so that they could get to the roof, and certain, so they were like, not a problem, we handled the Secret Service, we can handle you guys. So
that's cool.
Worked out great.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll definitely have you back again as things progress, so we can help keep getting the word out and do whatever we can to help share it. And wish you the best of luck, and congratulations for taking on such a great project. I think it's going to be great for Region 2 and the younger hams and the not so younger hams that are going to be helping out and mentoring. It sounds like a great program, and really excited to hear all about it.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's a big deal, and hey, it's going to get bigger. Each time you do it, it's going to get bigger and better. So I think you guys are on to something here.
That's the plan, Tom. Yeah. That's the plan.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. And hey, while we have Neil on here, we're real happy to have Neil on here with us tonight. Guys, let's just talk a minute here about Neil. Neil has Ham Talk Live. You guys have probably heard about you've heard the name Neil Rapp. This is the Neil Rapp here, Ham Talk Live. And if you've been to any hamfest, look, if you've been to any hamfest,
that's not me, by the way.
There he is, right there. If you've been to any hamfest, you know about Ham Talk Live. So, hey, go to hamtalklive.com. I guess, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Go to
right.
hamtalklive.com Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and he's got a great ham radio show there, and you guys hook up with him and tell all your friends about it there. Now, one thing that I wanted to say to you, Neil, is I don't know how you did it, but here's some statistics that people might not know. Did you guys know that Neil Rapp was the youngest novice? He was the youngest. He was the youngest getting his novice license of anybody at age 5 in 1976. He got his license. Nobody younger than him had their license. And there he is. Look at that, man. Wasn't that an accomplishment? But guess what?
Whatever happened?
Yeah, but guess what?
So cool.
Guess what? The next year, when he was 6 years old, he passed his tech test. He was still the youngest licensed ham. What do you think about that? And hey, guess what? At age 7, he passed his general, and he was the youngest general licensed ham radio operator. Wow. And, I could stop there, but I'm going to say, guess what? At nine, he got his advanced license at 9, and I think he was the youngest advanced license holder there was at the time. Now, I'm not going to tell you what happened at age 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, because I really don't know. I just know that at age 18, he got his extra license. And, what an accomplishment. Now, there are a few people that have broken this record, since you did it, Neil. So, but that's quite an accomplishment, Neil, to do all those things.
Well, thank you. And yeah, it was 20 words per minute was what happened between age 10 and 17. It was, I don't want to copy 20 words a minute.
Yeah.
But I finally did. But Ham radio has been a part of my life since I was 5 years old, and I really haven't known life without ham radio, and I think that's what drives me to sponsor the club at Bloomington High School South, and we've been blessed with a really nice contest grade station, and been at the top of School Club Roundup for many years, and we just keep bringing more and more kids through that program, and some of them go on and are licensed, and some of them aren't, but they all know about ham radio, and I think this camp is just an extension of that.
Yeah.
When I've had a chance to experience that, and there just weren't other young hams to talk to at that point. I mean, it didn't happen. Now there's more young hams, and so we want to get them knowing each other and working with each other and teaching each other, and that's what we'll have a chance to do. So I really think that's kind of the driving force behind doing all this.
Well, Neil, same story here. I was an old man, 16 years old when I got my license, and there was nobody. My little town was only 1,000 people. They didn't know what ham radio was, basically, and I did like you, man. Just got some books and started studying and learned it.
Yeah, it's been a great experience, and wouldn't trade it for anything.
All right, well, hey, everybody, just remember, Ham Talk Live, WB9 VPG there, and tune in to him, and let's check this out. It's just, that could be Neil right there. Next time I see Piggy there at one of the hamfest, I'm gonna go up and talk to Piggy.
Now, I will say, if you look hard enough on Twitter, you'll find a video of Hammy doing some break dancing, and it might just be Chris Brault.
Might. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, I've always wondered about that suit, man. It must be hot sometimes. So I hope you're paying. I hope you're paying those guys.
I'll tell you what, Dayton, it's really hot.
I hope you're paying those guys some good money for doing that, man. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much, Neil, for being with us tonight. We really enjoyed having you. And we're running late like normal, but that's okay. We have no time limit. I mean, we can go to midnight if we want to. So that's the cool part about it. But Save Me 3 to you. You're welcome to stay on with us or drop off anytime, Neil.
All right, 7-3. I've got a meeting at 7:10 in the morning, so I'm going to get out.
Well, and you're on Eastern time, so you better go to bed.
Thanks again, Neil. Thanks, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi,
all right. So hey, that's great. Having Jocelyn on here and Neil on here. A lot of great stuff going on here. Boy, like I told you, the show is packed tonight. Let's talk about Stone Mountain in just a minute. Let me do this first, and then we'll jump into the Stone Mountain thing. We'll be right back. Step up your gift-giving game this year and get your favorite ham an ICOM transceiver. ICOM offers a variety of high-performance and innovative products. Make the most out of this holiday season with one of these ICOMs today. Give your favorite ham the SDR they really want, the IC7610. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. It is a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, an independent dual receiver, and dual digit select. Ham for the holidays, ICOM is changing the way entry-level HF is designed. The IC7300 is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design, and it will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color screen, a real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. The IC9700 is at the top of every ham's wish list this holiday season. Keep your competitive contesting edge with faster processors, higher input gain, higher display resolution, and a cleaner signal. ICOM's IC9700 is the pinnacle of perfection. It has a 4.3 color touchscreen, dual watch operation and full duplex operation in satellite mode, real-time high-speed spectrum scope and waterfall display, and a voice recording playback function. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
Hey guys, while we were talking about ICOM here, hey, let me just mention one thing. We're talking about the YOTA. I got a little note from ICOM. They say they enjoy supporting hams to be radioactive, and in addition to various contests and ham radio activities, they're a supporter and a sponsor of the Youngsters on the Air. So December, as we mentioned, December is Region 1 and Region 2 YOTA activation. Get out there and work some of those stations and help create some excitement. So we thank ICOM for doing that too. So let's jump in here with Mike. Let me bring Mike in here. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Hadn't done it since last week, so it's a little difficult at times. There we go. Hey Mike, how you doing, Mike?
Well, we're fine, Tom. And I appreciate you having us on the show this evening.
Yeah, okay. Let me do some cleanup here real quick. Well, let's see. I'm about to get it here. Okay. All right. Hey, Mike. Boy, you had a successful hamfest, and it's over now. But tell us about it a little bit.
Well, when I was telling you about our hamfest, I kind of warned you that the weather, you never can tell the first weekend in November. However, it was beautiful, nice and cool and crisp in the morning. 2 days of beautiful sunshine, not a drop of rain. People just came out of the woodwork. Our boneyard started filling up at about 5:30 on Saturday morning. When the sun came up, it was just packed. The gates opened at 8, and it was like non-stop until Sunday afternoon. So we had a wonderful time. A lot of visitors, a lot of people selling stuff. We had great volunteers. It takes a lot of people to put on a 2-day hamfest. So, my heartfelt thanks go out to everybody that was able to help us. And I think you being able to plug us on your show several weeks before the hamfest may have helped too. I think you've got a video that a friend of ours, Brian, K4BBL, may have uploaded.
Yeah, and Brian does some great videos. Brian Cleary, K4BBL. Let's take a look at it real quick. And I think he gives a pretty good little video recap of the hamfest. All I got to do is find it. And I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, here we go.
It's Hamfest Day, one of the best days of the year. Hamfests are a combination of vendors, demonstrations, there's test taking, people taking their ham radio license tests. It's a great event. There's lots to see and do here. Let's get going.
And we can't hear this.
Well, yeah, you're not going to be hearing it live.
Okay.
I might can give you a little audio if it doesn't cause echo. Let me try.
to a hamfest, I got just a couple tips for you. First of all, bring cash. Some of the big vendors will accept credit cards, even some of the small ones, but you're better off with cash. Tip number 2, make sure you get here early. If you're looking for something rare, unique, the best deals on used gear are gonna go early. Tip number 3, bring a bag of some kind. I like to bring a small backpack. That way for your small purchases, the connectors and the kind of stuff that you buy, you don't have to haul around plastic bags or something else. You can just throw it in your backpack. Fan of the channel, what are you looking for here at the Hamfest?
Either a mobile radio of some sorts, maybe dual or quad band, or maybe a good DMR HT. Get started digital.
I have the TYT. It works really well.
Okay.
The MD380. Yeah, that's cool. DMR's great.
All right.
What's your call sign?
KJ4YEX.
Awesome.
Yes,
thanks.
Sir.
Good to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Microwave TV.
Yeah, this one of these is the transmitter and the other one's the receiver. This one's the receiver.
Yeah.
And they work wonderful, just the way they are. Just put some RF into it and some video into it. And this here
color,
is,
black and white?
it's black and white.
What Club North Fulton Amateur Radio League has a table here at the Hamfest, and we're trying to sell tickets for Ham Jam, trying to get people to join the club and just become more aware. So I'm going to sit here for the next hour. Hopefully I can either sell some tickets or get people to join. We'll see. All right, what's your call sign?
M4PZA.
And your name?
Carl.
All right, you're going to win one of the prizes for our Ham Jam raffle?
All right. We have
Awesome.
Icon. Actually, the people who know are those two guys.
Oh, it's fun. I don't need to worry about the prizes. I'm just doing it to help you guys out.
That's nice. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, so what'd you come here to buy initially?
I initially came here to buy some cable for my radios.
And?
Antennas.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Awesome. What kind?
300 ohm.
From the wire guy?
Yes, exactly.
Here's something I wanted. I'm gonna make a dipole in a future video. So I'll grab one of these. So that's it. That's the end of the Hamfest for me. I didn't end up buying that much. I bought a name tag with my call sign on it for when I sat at the club table. I bought the thing to make a dipole antenna with, the connector, and a couple insulators and some other miscellaneous stuff, connectors, but not a whole lot, no big purchases. Maybe next year, we'll see. But it was a great day, had tons of fun. I got to talk to a lot of fun people. Got recognized a few times from the channel, which was really cool. And yeah, so it was fun. Thanks for watching.
All right, well, hey, that was a lot of fun and a great video too that Brian did.
Tom, did you notice Brian was in a short sleeve t-shirt when he left?
Man, I noticed that. Boy, y'all must have had perfect weather. Perfect. We're going to try to come next year.
I hope y'all can.
Yeah, we'll try that. Maybe Katie will even get down here. Maybe sometime soon. Hey, Katie, did you see the HRO booth there?
I sure did. Yep, Mark was down there from the Atlanta store, and along with James and I forgot who else he brought with him. But
Kaz.
yeah, they had a good Kaz. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they had a great weekend there. He's been going there for years now, and they really enjoy it. And I've been down to Stone Mountain many years ago, and it's such a pretty area. I definitely would love to go back and go visit that Hamfest. It looks like it was a beautiful day for sure, and a nice assortment of vendors and people there, and looks like it was a good time, and really appreciate you guys being able to share that nice video that Brian made, and maybe next year.
All right. Well, we'd love to have y'all come down and visit with us, and maybe do a TV show from there and walk around, and who knows, we may even get that pink pig down here too.
We might,
hey, there you
might
go.
be able to do that. Now, hey, you sent me a few pictures in addition to that. Let's jump through some pictures real fast, okay?
All right.
Now, hey, I'm retired, so I don't get up real early anymore, but tell me what this is here.
There you go. That's dark 30. That's in the morning, and that's people already setting up in the tailgating area.
Yeah. Now, hey, Mike, when you say that's in the morning, that's not like 9:30 in the morning, is it? If it is, I don't want to be there.
No, that's about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man.
Right there, yeah. And the next picture will show even more people coming in. We filled up that tailgating. We call it the boneyard area, because a lot of stuff, is older stuff. But yeah, we have people directing traffic. You can see them there in their yellow vests.
Yeah, and, I mean, very, very organized there. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
You're bringing them right in there, and got your little red cones out. You got your vest on. You guys are really professional.
Yeah, that entrance is where we bring in the vendors, the tailgaters, not the general admission people. Okay, we have plenty of handicap parking and shuttles for the handicap people. So that's just the entrance. There you can see an aerial view of the boneyard, tailgating area. The building to the right is the main exhibit hall.
Wow.
And we've got commercial tailgaters in the foreground there where they have electricity, and there's motorhomes and big trucks parked in there. So that's a pretty good shot.
It looks like you have plenty of room to expand outside.
Well, we do in that far area over there near the pine trees. Next year, there are going to be 85 full hookup RV sites in near the pine trees. So we'll be glad to have. Of course, now we had about 15 RVs of visitors this year, besides the RVs with the vendors.
Well, I recognize this guy.
Yeah, John and Ed, good friends of ours. They do a great job. We're blessed to have both of them living right here in our neighborhood. They had some great classes with D-Star, hands-on stuff. People could just stop by and bring their radios, and John's real good about working out issues and showing people how to do the D-Star. Of course, there's Mark and the guys. Mark said he had two of the best days ever. So that just made me feel good knowing that they've got to keep the store open on Saturday and pay the guys to be there. Plus they're coming out to the Hamfest. So he's got two things to juggle at one time. So we're great. Mark and Kaz and James were able to be with us.
Well, I see Michael there. Looks like Hamcation made it. Right,
they did. Hamcation was there. And you see RT Systems there, and further down, way on down there is Will with ICOM. And this is the second year that Hamcation's been with us, and we were down there last year. We'll be promoting our Hamfest again this year in Orlando. Just they're a great bunch of guys, and they're teaching us a lot, so we're following their lead.
Well, that's good.
Now, this is part of our skills. This is something we did for the first time this year. We teamed up with our local Aries here in Georgia, and they took the ball and ran with it. This is people were learning how to make jumpers, and in doing so, they also learned how to put PL259s on coax and test the coax. They are taught how to solder. So in one sitting right there, this gentleman in the black sweater was able to walk away with a jumper that could have cost him $25, but now he knows how to build it himself. And then this is Frank in the yellow vest there. He's our Georgia Aries liaison, and he was going over, a multimeter. How many people really know how to get the best out of a multimeter? There, your husband's waving his hand over there. Yeah. But no, that's a real good tool. It can do a lot of things. So that was one of the classes that were taught, was just simply how to use a multimeter. Power pole connectors. Now that's one that a lot of people have issues with. So the gentleman that we had with Aries was taking his time showing folks the correct way, not only to install the power poles, but how to test them and how to make sure that they're connected. And the skills area was just full, both Saturday and Sunday, when word got around that people could sit down there and rest and learn something. Learning skills at a Hamfest, I think, is going to be the future. Not just going and shopping and buying because you can get done real quick, but going and learning. And this is our youth lounge area. We have a high school in the area that has a really good ham club there, and I think that's Archer High locally here. They were also teaching some of the skills to the junior high youth clubs that were out there. So we had a great youth presence this year. Real excited about the youth growing here in the Atlanta area. And that's one of the front entrance areas that we had there. As you kind of walked in from the street, of course, we had ATM machines and Go Box contest, and that was quite a neat thing.
This is
seeing all those boxes that people had put together.
This is you got a very large facility. Look how clean it is. Look at the curtains. I mean, this is a very professionally set up, neat Hamfest here. Y'all did a great job there.
Well, it is a large facility. In fact, the aisles are very large. A lot of space. Well, you recognize that bald-headed guy there on the right?
I do, and I recognize a couple other people around him there.
Yeah, James. He's good people. He and his girls came up and did a couple of classes for us. Some of our forums were on emergency preparedness and batteries and things like that, and they're real sharp on those things. So there's our Go Boxes over there in the background. Actually, this is when they were being judged. I see a couple of guys over there on the other side of Ed, Greg Surratt, and a friend of mine, WR1TR, Bill. They were the judges this year.
Now, the Lee girls won the Go Box contest last year, but they had a little competition this year. I understand it was a pretty close race. Yes,
it was really close. The judging criteria has gotten tougher every year. I believe this was our fourth or fifth year doing it. And but yeah, it's tough. One of the things, if you get deployed, you want to be able to work a Go Box that someone else has. And this is one of our new vendors. I think you're familiar with them, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a good time. And
gold medal.
Yep.
Yeah.
They already paid for next year, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, they do some great work, too. All right, let's see. Well, I think that's all the pictures there. Let's go back up to you and Katie there. Well, look, we're running way behind schedule, boy. I'm gonna have to cut this thing off short and jump over the MFJ thing. And
let me share one thing, Tom.
Yeah,
I'll go.
Go ahead.
We were blessed this year. Life South is a bloodmobile donor. It's kind of like the American Red Cross, but what Life South does is they support the Children's Hospital of Atlanta, and they came out and set up their bloodmobile. And in fact, I got a letter this afternoon in the mail thanking them. I mean, they were thanking us that they got enough blood to help 30 patients from the hamfest there. So we're going to do a challenge between the clubs next year to see if we can't get that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie, Tom. Thank you so much for supporting us, and hopefully we can see more of y'all out here in Stone Mountain at the hamfest.
Thank you, Mike, and hey, great job there, man. Thank you. We'll see you. Maybe we'll see you there in person next year.
I hope so.
We'll see you at Hamcation.
Oh yeah, we will. I'll be there. I think
We'll see you
Katie's going to be there. All right. Well, 73 to you.
Mike.
We'll see you. All right, guys. So, wow.
What a great idea with a blood drive. Wow. That's pretty great because we all know how important that is. But never would have thought of that at a hamfest. But, I mean, that's actually a really neat idea. And then challenge some of the other clubs. That'd be a great community builder between different ham clubs and a way to truly help people.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, I had the opportunity and went down to visit our friends down at MFJ here a few weeks ago, and I kind of feel like I'm home when they're there. I can just roam around, go to any of the facilities, and walk around. They don't have to guard me or anything. Most of the time I come out of there I don't have anything on me. When I come out of there, but. Anyway, we got some great video here. I'm going to try to play it. The audio levels are up and down. We had one microphone, so the audio levels are going to be a little uneven. I'm going to try to manually adjust the audio, so you're going to have some spikes in here, but you guys just hang in with us. I think there's some MFJ people in the chat room tonight, or at least they're watching. They may not be in the chat room, but hey, if you're with the MFJ or you're a distributor or international distributor for MFJ or something, tell us in the chat room and let us know that you're here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this video, and we're going to see how it goes here. We had fun down there. So let me get it going here. All right, we're ready. And you're going to have to excuse my hair. My cameraman kept putting the camera on my hair. It was cold and windy that day, let me tell you. All right, here we go. Hey guys, welcome to MFJ. I'm here with Martin F. Jue, founder of MFJ. Everybody knows Martin. He's on our show all the time, and we always like visiting and looking at all the vintage stuff here. And this is a happy place, man. Martin, and your middle name is Fun, right? The F stands for fun, right?
That's right. F-U-N, my middle name.
Okay, all right.
Don't believe that. I pull out my driver's license and you can see it.
All right, so Fun's his middle name there. All right, well, look, hey, you added anything new? Ed, hey, our cameraman is Ed Harrison tonight. Thank you, Ed, for being with us. And look, again, guys, if you've never seen the vintage equipment here in Martin's office, take a look at this. Boy, there's more behind there. Martin, you got anything new lately?
No, I don't think there's anything new up here. It's been rearranged. There may be some new stuff.
I think you probably have bought everything that's out there. You got one model of everything. Did you get that up there yet? Any of that? Look at that. Hey, this was that was a neat transmitter. That was my transmitter back. I built that in my novice days. 150 watts VFO. Of course, as a novice, we had to run a crystal, and it could only run 75 watts. And look around this way. He's got my first receiver, man. This was this Helicrafter's receiver here, SX140, was my first receiver. Brings back old times. Suitcase up there? What is that?
That's a instructor graph. It taught Morse code using paper tape. That cardboard box above it is a box of tapes, paper tapes, and it would play Morse code, and that's how you would learn it. It's a military device.
Yeah, I've seen those. Hey, let's just look around here a little bit more and see what we got. You got your famous picture there. Now, this is your store where you grew up. You had your ham shack upstairs in the attic. And Martin tells us he didn't even have a floor up in the attic. I don't know how that worked out. Now, tell us about the dog. Do you know who that dog was?
Oh, yeah, that's Pokey. That's a German Shepherd that used to be our pet back then. But if you look over there to the right of the door, that tank, that's a coal oil tank, C-O-A-L, kerosene.
Coal oil. Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, they used it in coal oil lamps. Lots of folks didn't have electricity back then.
So in that little store, you guys, now, you started working at the store when you were really young. How old were you when you started working here?
We were about 6 years old. I mean, we had to stand on milk crates so we could see people above the counter.
Oh, man. So, and you did a little bit of everything. You sold coal oil in there. It was kind of like a general store. Did you?
Well, mainly food. We sold some hardware. We sold meat, canned goods, sacks of flour, carbide lights. You probably don't even know what carbide light is. Yeah. Yeah. No, we sold hammer.
I was always afraid it might catch your hair on fire with a carbide light, man.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, we don't have that problem now. We lived in the back of the store, and we climb upstairs into the attic and set up the ham shack.
All right. Well, tell me here how you hooked your antenna up. This is the store right here. Now, did you have a vent or something up here in the attic where you'd run the wire out?
Out the back. It went all the way out the back. There was a big thing, where you put a big attic fan. Well, we didn't have an attic fan, but there's a big hole with louvers back there, and I would run the wire out and just kind of nail the antenna along the eaves at the beginning, and then after a while went out to some trees.
Went out to some of the trees here. Well, this is cool here. Now, you and your family lived, I think, in that store, didn't you?
Yeah. Now, there at one time there were 11 of us that lived in the back of that store.
Well, you're gonna have to tell us the story. I've got a little short video on you cutting the cheese. You want to talk about the cheese?
Oh yeah. Well, let's see. That was King of Cotton back during that time. Everywhere there was cotton on the side of the store, cotton fields, and biplanes would come and spray DDT on the cotton, and we as kids would run out in the cotton field, lay down, so we'd get up all yellow with DDT.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, there were cotton choppers, and what they did was to chop the weeds out of the rows of cotton. And during lunchtime, we'll get truckloads of people come in and buy lunch, and they would always order 15 cents worth of cheese, a package of crackers, and RC cola. So I would have to cut 15 cents worth of cheese from a hoop using the hand knife. Well, I couldn't always cut 15 cents worth, so I would ask them, is 17 cents okay? And I said, no, I want 15 cents worth, so I'll just take a bite off the cheese.
Hey, you're talking about RC colas. I bet you guys sold moon pies back in too.
We sold lots of moon pies.
Moon pies, that's a good snack in the South. RC cola and a moon pie, right?
Yep, good snack.
And the other story that just fascinates me is I know you were talking about dragging a piece of meat down the hallway that was almost as heavy as you. How'd you do that?
Well, we had a big walk-in cooler, and there were 4/4 of beef hanging on hooks, and you had to take that and bring it out and to the saw and the cleaver and cut it up. Well, sometimes those 4/4 were so big I couldn't pick them up, so I just dragged them across the floor to the butcher block. You know.
Now, did you actually cut the meat yourself?
Yeah, I cut the meat.
So you grew up in the Delta down on Highway 61 down here. You know, I grew up in the Delta on Highway 61 up in Arkansas, not too far from you. Our paths kind of cross in that area. You got your license a little bit before me. When did you get yours? About 1960?
1960, yeah. I think it was.
Well, you beat me. I was 16, but I got mine in 64. And what age did you get your license?
I was 16 too. And that Highway 61, you know, that's the famous blues highways that can all the way from Baton Rouge, most southern part of the country, all the way up to Canada.
Famous, and especially right through your area. My area was cotton country there. Hey, did you? I know you served the cotton choppers and people like that, but did you serve anything exotic like Peking duck or anything? Did you ever have Peking duck there?
No, but we sell a lot of neck bones.
Neck bones, huh? Okay. Well, you know, I've never eaten a neck bone myself, but I would imagine.
Oh, neck bones are great. You know, it's meat that falls off the bones and cook it with black-eyed peas. Oh, it's great. Lots of soul food.
Well, I tell you, I like the black-eyed peas, but I like cornbread with it. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Cornbread, turnip greens, spinach, mostly turnip greens, collard greens. Let's see, I can't remember now. Black-eyed peas, things like pig ears, oxtail.
You had pig ears and oxtail?
Yeah.
You eat it or just sell it?
Oh, no, we sold it and ate it. Yeah. Well.
Look, hey, let's get our cameraman to follow us. Let's walk through the other side over here. You got some neat things you've been. This is where you kind of experiment, isn't it? You kind of work on stuff and experiment over here.
Yeah, I guess that's a nice way of saying it.
Come on in here.
Yeah, this thing here that
Step over here, Martin. Right here. Tell us what you got going here, man.
That's a HW16. That's an old novice Heath kit. It's really a transmitter and a receiver. Didn't have a VFO. You use crystals on it, and it was designed for the novice. It had 80 meters, 40 meters, and 15 meters, and I'm just taking the 15-meter band and converting it into the 20-meter band. I'm just playing around.
And here's some homebrew stuff. That's just a tube, maybe some type tube radio that you built here, or?
Yeah, that was a tube transmitter.
A tube transmitter. I see the tube there. Yeah. Look at there.
Piece of PC board with a hose cut for the tubes. And,
yep.
I had a regenerative receiver with a tube transmitter. I'm just.
You're just playing. That's nothing you're thinking about selling with MFJ, is it? No, tubes are out, right?
Tubes are out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's scoot on down here if we can. Boy, man, now, I don't know. I think you got some new stuff. Hey, this Span Master. Now, tell us about the Span Master.
That is a new one. That's this was back in the 50s and 60s. That's a night kit, and this one was that. Night Kit had 3 regenerative receivers: the Ocean Hopper, the Span Master, and the Space Spanner. And I started off with the Space Spanner. I have 1 or 2 of them over here, but the Span Master was the top of the line, and it had a regenerative control and a fine regen control. Let's see, that one is new. This thing here, I think is
that's a multiplexer, Q multiplexer.
Yeah, Q multiplier.
You got stuff in here you've collected. You don't even know what it is.
Yeah, right. Here's a lunchbox, Heath kit lunchbox.
Now, was that 2 meter or 6 meter?
Well, let's see which one.
They made both, didn't they?
Yeah, they made 6 meters, 2 meters, 10 meters. And that is a Connar.
Connar, yeah. Yep.
And the matching transmitter down here.
Wow, so that's cool here. Well, man, I it's like Christmas every time I come, Martin. We have a great time here. We'll walk back in the office here, and I know we're just seeing very small parts of this. Hey, here's an old Arc. Is it an Arc 5? Arc 5. Now that was a transmitter, right?
Well, that was the receiver.
Oh, the Arc 5's receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that?
I was gonna fix those up.
This military stuff back in the early 60s, 50s, you could get your hands on it pretty easy. Yeah. And a lot of people use these or the transmitter, I guess, for a VFO, for some of the rigs.
Well, they did. What you're holding in your hand is a complete 80-meter receiver, 3 to 6 megahertz, fine tuning. I think you seemed like you had to put a VFO switch on it so you turn it on and off. It was wired up, I think, with 24 volts, and you rewired the filaments.
All right, I see something here interesting. Let me get it out here. I want you to tell us what this is. This is I don't know. Is this something real? Is this real?
Oh yeah.
Is this
That's an antenna for your house? This telescopes up. It's loaded. You can push. You can push this up against the wall and extend these out. Yeah, that's for your top loading. And this also telescopes all the way up to the roof. To the ceiling. And this is an antenna tuner. It's a transmitting antenna.
Transmitter?
Yeah. No, it's a transmitting antenna. You can put a ground on it. Just, counterpowers. Just lay it on the floor. Just lay the whole thing on the floor. Move this antenna up and extend this out, and you have a complete.
Top loading and it keeps
right.
you from having to go so tall.
Right.
Now, is this a product that you guys are thinking about making?
Well, it was something I was playing with. Yeah, we could make this. I was thinking about it, but I never got around to finishing it.
Well, I know a lot of things that you make here over the years are ideas that people send you little notes, or you talk to people that come visit, and you'll write those things down in your book there, and sometimes those ideas. Well, I think, hey, we're going to just walk around through the back here, and hey, come on, cameraman, let's just take a walk through if we can. We didn't even get a chance to look at some of the radios down here at the end of the hall. What do you got? You got anything down here new? Well. Look at this. And I was just looking at your collection of QSTs and so forth. Hey, he's got his collection of QSTs go back here. These are 1950s, and I remember getting this size back in the 60s. And yeah, and I save all my magazines, and I think I'm gonna go through them here soon and see if there's any projects. There's neat projects every now and then.
Yeah, there are. They're still applicable. Especially the ones like for antennas.
All right. Let's. Hey, wait. What do we got here? We got personnel. Wait. Turn around. We got Randy Romero here. Personnel. Are you allowed to carry a drill?
I am, and I'm getting ready to fix the ladies' bathroom door. So
I tell you, that's a great job, personnel. That's good, man. All right, let's go down here, Ed, and let's walk back in the back here. Let's see what he's working on. Oh, he's not here. Okay, well. Oh, let's look at the loop here. This is the automatic loop. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That's a pretty big capacitor you've got in there, Martin.
Yeah, that operates down to 40 meters. And there's the automatic loop tuning box, that black box over there. Yeah.
What kind of power will this handle? It's not terribly great spacing, but there's a lot of voltage here.
Yeah, a lot of voltage. Oh, it'll handle at least 150 watts. I've had these up to 400 or 500 watts, but we don't like to rate it at that level.
And you know, on our show, we've been talking about building some loops, and we've been experimenting with several. But the nice thing about all your stuff is welded here, man. There are no contact points.
That's right. That's right. Everything is welded.
Even the capacitor is welded.
Every plate of the capacitor is welded. You know, these capacitors are available if anybody needs a butterfly really high efficient capacitor. They're available from us.
You stamp these out and you make these here.
Yeah, we do. We make the entire capacitor. All the parts we make on.
Well, that's cool. Even the plastic here.
Yeah, vacuum form. Yeah.
Well, let's walk back in the back and see what's going on back here. Go right ahead. Let's just stick our head in here in the service. Hey, service department guys, how you doing, man? Doing good. We're just down visiting again today, and we just want to stick our heads in. How's service today?
That's great. Going good. We get some things done today. About almost the end of the week, so normally the phone is not ringing as much as ring about the first part of the week, and that gives us a chance to get some work done for today. Yes, sir.
Well, cool. Good. Keep it running.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it running, man.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Uh-huh. So, now where are all the tables where the people are building the stuff? I thought it was in here. In the back of here, behind here? Well, you know, this looks larger than I remembered it from being here last time. Yeah, hi, doing good. So this is our shipping, domestic shipping right here. Look at this. Hi, how you doing? Are you shipping? Where are you shipping to today? What city?
This is going to Sissonville, West Virginia.
All right, West Virginia.
Florida, and someplace in Tennessee I can't pronounce.
Tennessee? What? Show me.
You try.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Kula, Tennessee, wherever that is. Yeah, it sounds like an Indian name there. All right. Yeah. I know where I am now. I didn't remember this being so large here. All right. We'll take a quick walk around here. Hey, I love the tuners. Is this the 1.5 kilowatt or the 600 watt? Maybe 600?
The 300 watt version here, yeah. This is the 600 watt version. Yeah.
I've got one of the 1.5 kilowatts and I love it. It does great. Well, what's going on right here, Martin? It looks like she's covering holes up. I guess is that so when you run it through the machine you won't get solder in the holes, right? Oh, let's see.
These are all the surface mount parts here. And then it comes over here, and the through hole parts, the big parts, you have to put on by hand. Parts like this.
Yeah.
And the relays.
And you wind all these yourself, right?
Yeah, we have some toroid coil winding machine for doing this. If you look down here, there's actually 3 boards. This one right here, 1, 2, 3. And these boards are connected together by this ribbon, and you just break them apart.
I was going to say that's a big roll of solder, but that's wire. Oh man, that is that's cool. So it starts there, and it kind of goes down through here, and we've got it becomes a tuner at the end of the line. Okay. All right. That's the big, yeah.
White ones, yeah.
A part falling
Piece
off?
of wire.
I think it was a piece of wire, yeah. Okay. So, okay, I don't know. What is it?
This is a noise canceling device that takes the signal and noise from the main antenna, and then you connect another antenna that picks up more of the noise, and then you combine them.
Kind of like a diversity deal, or something?
Well, no, you adjust the magnitude and the phase, so the magnitudes are equal and the phase is 180 degrees out for the noise, and the noise gets canceled out and it leaves the signal. So
now, is this audio or is this RF? This is RF. That's cool.
And you can have two stations, let's say, for example, two broadcast stations on the AM band on exactly the same frequency, but at different locations. Well, you can notch out one of those stations and hear the other one on the same frequency.
Well, that's cool. More tuners. And what are we? This is same. This we've already looked at. This is a tuner, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, look, here's the rig pie, guys. You know, we've been talking about the rig pie for a long time, and here's a bunch of rig pies being built. This is based on the Raspberry Pi, and
That's the antenna.
yeah.
These slots.
Well, that is so cool. This is, I guess these go in a rig pie. I think that's part of the soundboard. Yeah, that's the soundboard. Okay. Hello, Mark. How are you, Mark?
75 TXR.
How you doing? You got a wire around your arm there. You gonna electrocute me?
No, I'm grounded.
Okay. Well, get that tuner fixed here, man. All right. Let's see what we got down here. Bias T's. I'm going to pick one up, but I'm going to put it right back where I got it. There's a bias T, guys. If you don't want to run an extra cable out to your tuner or antenna switch, this is all it takes. This is a bias T. This lets you run your DC voltage, like 12 volts or whatever, out across your coax. So there it is right there. And who am I talking to here?
I'm John, KG5 AMU.
AMU. Hey, John. What are you working on down here?
Anything and everything.
You're a catch everything type guy, right? Well, good. Very good. What's this pile of stuff you got here? This is something that's being built right here.
Yes, those are boards I've just finished pre-testing, getting them cleaned up, all the shorts, everything cleaned off the back. That way our testers can have an easier time, get it done quicker.
Okay. Well, very good. Hello, Jason.
Hey, how are you?
Turn around this way.
Oh, hold on.
So there we go. Hey, what are you working on here? Oh, that looks like an audio USB to audio converter or something.
Yeah, this is actually the sound cards that go on the 1204, the sound card interfaces.
What's the 1204?
The sound card interface does all the digital mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
That's it.
You know, Martin, that will also work in a rig pie. Did you know that? You can plug it in and have a different soundboard in a rig pie.
Good idea.
A regenerative receiver, okay. Let's see what he's working on here. Oh, hey, that's a cool looking little, let's turn it around where you can see it. Cool, and what kind of, that looks like it covers pretty much the shortwave spectrum, doesn't it? Is it like 3 to 30 maybe, or?
Yeah, 23, 24.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Now that's your MFJ product. Vectronics. Don't you have some kits in Vectronics that are similar to that? Okay.
It's a replacement for the Nike Space Spanner regenerative receivers.
Okay. Oh, I hear some. Is that a toroid winding or something? I hear noise. Let's see if we can watch a toroid being wound here. Where is it? Right back here? Toroid noise? Oh, it was way back here. There we go. We want to watch you make a toroid here. You know, what's your name?
My name Monique.
Monique? Hey, Monique, are you going to make a toroid there?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Oh, gee.
We're going 14 turns. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 turns.
My goodness. And I was wondering how that machine was going to wrap that wire around and around that thing, but it grabs it on the top up there. That's so cool, man. You ever hey, the big boss is here, but have you ever got your finger caught in that thing? You never have?
No, I never have.
Okay. Well,
Pay attention to.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
They turn it. They turn the toroid as it puts it on there. That is so cool. That's so much easier than winding it by hand. Yeah. So you just put in that little hook right there, and it pulls it through.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
I never knew how a sewing machine worked. I still can't figure that thing out, man. Okay, cool. Let's go back here and see what we missed here. Something going on? Famous dummy load. Now, do you have to supply your own oil for these? Miracle oil? I mean, something or?
We have transformer oil.
Transformer oil. Okay.
You can use mineral oil. They come in gallon jugs.
Could you use motor oil?
Motor oil wouldn't work very well.
It wouldn't?
It starts smoking.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know, I remember when these things came out well, even the 60s. I'm sure they were before that. They claimed they came out with the transformer oil, PCB stuff.
Yeah. That's the old stuff. Yeah, they don't make that anymore. There's still transformer oil, but it doesn't have that in it. This is a vent hose.
Yeah, I see that. A vent. And this will handle what, a kilowatt? Yeah, 1,000 watt continuous.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes.
Derating curve on it.
There's a graph. Very good. All right.
That's a mount for a window.
A window mount.
Yeah, this mounts on the seat on
the window comes down here, or
the window come down and this clamps onto the window.
And then your antenna goes out.
It can go out this way, it can go down, it can go over this way, or it can come up. So it's a real versatile mount. You can mount. Yeah, you can even mount this onto a table like that and use it inside.
That is that's cool. That's cool. Do you sell these right here? Okay.
That's interesting. This is an RF design box. It's got variable capacitors, variable inductors. It's got fixed capacitors you can switch in, and you can build an antenna tuner with this, a matching network, and get everything all working.
It's all in capacitance boxes and your resistance boxes. Kind of similar, but this is all in one.
Yeah, and all the connections come out to these binding posts, so you can connect them any way you want to.
All right. Yeah.
Look at the way that we make this. Let's see if I have one here.
There it is.
Yeah. See?
Oh, okay.
And that spaces them. And then we take a switch and
this is like an antenna tuner, and a switch actually
picks
off the inductance there.
Yeah. We take the insulation off and then just lay the switch on it and solder it. This is for QRP tuning.
Oh, okay.
This is for higher power tuning.
Okay. What do we got? Oh, that's the bias T. More bias Ts. Okay. You have power poles. Oh, that's cool. Let me step around here. So this goes in your power pole. That's cool. Okay. Now, do y'all still make your own coils here? Okay.
And if you look at this, the strength of that is on the inside here. That's a solid fiberglass rod there.
Yeah.
And these wires are spaced so you can put an alligator clip on it and make this adjustable. This is a 3/8 by 24 on both ends, so you can screw this into a bumper mount or center load it.
Is this what you use on your mobile? This
yeah.
coil?
Yeah, yeah. It's a good, really good coil.
Solid.
Very,
Man, very solid.
Very high Q.
All right. This is the boxes for your power poles. That's cool. Well, don't know what it is, but analyzers. Okay.
This is a DC filter. For your.
Does that take like wine, alternate wine out? And
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah. These are just the boxes for them.
Here we go into the antenna analyzers.
Microscope station for finding shorts.
Okay.
On the bottom PC boards.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a binocular microscope.
Okay, it fits on top.
Mhm.
You know, I've got a scope like this.
Mhm.
I need to get me one of these to go in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is. I think you make it your antenna analyzers.
Yeah.
And you've got a couple of different models. I think one that goes through 450, and then one that goes up to like 220 or something.
Yeah, yeah. We have two models, and then plus we have some others that's got graphical displays on them.
And it looks like this must be a hot product.
It is. That's one of our best sellers.
When did you first come out like with the antenna analyzer?
Okay, you know, we were the first one to develop these. This is back early '90s. Yeah, we had the very first ones.
It's a great thing to have. Man.
Yeah, it started off as a RF resistance meter, and then all of a sudden it came to my mind, well, why don't I make this thing measure SWR? And that was the beginning of these things.
Well, you know, as we look at all the different things you have here, it's amazing that you got so many different products. How many products you got in your catalog now? Do you know?
It's over 2,000.
And you know, I bet you, just about every ham shack in the United States has at least one MFJ product. And you got a lot of international stuff too going, hadn't you? Okay.
The loop antenna, and you can see everything is welded. But just the capacitor here, when we weld it, if you look down here, you'll see an aluminum plate.
Yeah.
So we bolt that plate on it. So when we weld it, that plate becomes a heat sink, and it keeps the plates from warping.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and once we finish welding it, that plate comes off, and it's replaced by an insulating fiberglass plate.
And that's probably something you learned over the years as this thing evolved, right?
This is the butterfly capacitors, and you can see why it's called a butterfly from the shape. And all of these plates are tumbled, so all the edges are smooth, so it doesn't arc. This is for the version that goes to 40 meters, and the smaller ones over there is the one that goes down to 30 meters.
Okay.
more coil. We make these coils too, and the
Where do you make that over in a different
at
building?
yeah, that's in the building where all the CNC punch presses are.
Okay, we'll see that maybe in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
All right.
Here's a manual screwdriver.
Manual screwdriver.
Yeah, you just slide it up and down by hand.
Now, so it got like a little
Yeah.
thing that touches here.
Yeah, right there. There's the beryllium strip that goes around there.
It sounds like your toroid lady is just built. You must use a lot of toroids here. Yeah. We're looking at some of your tuners. I've got a tuner like this.
These rollers, we make these capacitors. When we walk down on the other end, you can see the lady making these capacitors and rollers.
So these are expensive parts, and you found a way to build your own instead of buying it. If you had to buy that, it would probably greatly increase the cost.
Yeah, it'd be very expensive. These are available to whoever needs to.
Yeah, if they built something. Okay. All right, now we're looks like we're checking out a tuner here.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've noticed in many of your positions around here, you have an HF radio, I guess, and you use an HF radio to check stuff out.
Yeah. Plus that goes into an amplifier.
Oh, okay. And that way you can check it out for power too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I know we're going kind of fast, but you got so much to see here, man.
We're going backwards.
Balance tuner. Are we going backwards? No. Oh, we should have started there. And
yeah.
Okay. I love the balance tuners.
Yeah. That's a truly balanced tuner, and it's a very wide range T network.
So what makes it a real balance besides the balun that's in there? I mean,
it's got two tuners built into it.
Okay.
And if you look at the inside, there are 4 capacitors that are gained.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going from finished to the beginning. We're going the wrong way, but that's okay. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, let's turn that around. Let's turn it around so people can see it.
See, when you turn this knob, you can see these capacitors turning.
Now,
They're geared together.
let's check this out. Is that kind of like a differential capacitor, except you're using 2 different ones in a configuration?
Well, they are turning and have the same value when they're set right. See, right now they're both closed.
Right.
Then when I open one of them, the other one opens up.
Okay.
So they're just kind of synced together.
So that's not really a differential's opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the T network. It's one on the capacitors on each side of the T.
That would actually be more like a butterfly capacitor, wouldn't it? The 2.
Well,
Well, no. Let's see. When one gets maximum capacitance, the other one gets max 2, doesn't it?
Yeah. See, a T network is a coil on the ground and then a capacitor on each side.
Right.
Well, there's 2 of them. There's one on the top and then one on the bottom. And these 2 outside capacitors, one that turns at the same time. And on the inside, they turn at the same time. Yeah. And this small coil here is for the 6 meters.
I built a T network this week. Okay. And boy, it tunes just about anything. It is so cool.
It's super wide range. These are rollers that are ready to be put into tuners, and they're just finished building them.
So and you built this tuner.
We build all the parts. We punch out all these fiberglass pieces. We machine all these rods and these blocks. And if you look right here, these are bearings that these are non-binding bearings. See, the inside of that swivel, so it never binds.
Okay.
And this is a contact for it.
you, Bill. Yeah. These are this is your differential for a T-tuner.
Now that's a butterfly right here. You can see that. You can see the inside. That's the butterfly.
Well, on a butterfly, each one of them kind of track each other, don't they? Like maximum, minimum.
Well, yeah. Each side will have
the same value.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas on, I guess on a differential, it's opposite, right? One has minimum, one has maximum.
Right. One goes up, one goes down. Right. Now, if you notice this loop capacitor here, the contacts go.
All right, well, we're moving right along. We're running just a little bit late now. I think we got about 7 more minutes of video here. So I'm going to go ahead and play it tonight instead of putting it on in another night. But Katie's been watching the whole time. How are you doing, Katie?
Good. It's been fun. I just can't get over the enormity of that place and all the activity and work going on. And then of course got a little hungry when Martin was talking about all the food they used to feed. So
I saw you nibbling on something. I saw you nibbling on something.
There's no wire that goes from here to a solder lug to another connection.
Okay, we've got this is the capacitor second part here. And this is pretty short. It's about 7 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and play this. We were looking at the capacitor. We're going to get into this wave soldering machine next, and the little machine it puts on all the surface mount parts and all that. So we'll see that in a minute. We got about 8 minutes left.
All right, let's do it.
So there's no losses. In other words, there's no wire that goes from here to a solder lug to another connection, so we eliminate that connection.
This is the capacitor you use in your loop tuner because these are your terminals for your wire loop.
Right. That's right. And you notice that the mounts are built into the frame of the capacitor. This bolts right to the chassis.
All right. So much. Oh, look at this. Look at her. Look at her building this capacitor there. It's a blade and a little spacer and a blade and a spacer. Do you dream at night that you're putting those together? You like it? I like it, man. You're building your own capacitors.
Yeah. Capacitors and rollers, and you can see all the parts there that we punch out.
And you I guess, right? That is so cool. So cool. You guys, is your wave solder in here? Yeah. Is that the wave solder right there? Can we look at that real quick? All right. I think we can get in here without getting a solder on us. So, oh, okay. Whoa. Look at this. Look at that solder flowing. It looks like water. That is water, isn't it? Is that solder? It looks so clear. I thought it was water. My goodness. Yeah. Oh man, it can get to you in here, right?
He's processing the coils, sealing the ends of them.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna step out because my throat's telling me that I'm breathing solder or something there. Hi. Okay. Well.
That's the antenna. This is a mount that a pole goes through, and then 2 telescoping antennas goes on this side. So you have a V, and that's the connection to it. And there's a balun on the inside.
Okay. And you've got a similar deal, kind of like the octopus, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you can put multi-bands on.
This is the wood for the window mounts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. These are cool. I helped a guy install one of these over in North Carolina last year. A new ham over there.
That's cedar.
Well, cedar's a good wood.
Mm-hmm.
It smells good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the cedar. You cut it to fit your window, and it's got feed throughs in here to feed your antennas through it, and it's a cool product here. Now, do you paint that, or does it go out cedar?
No, it goes out just like that. Yeah, that's the reason we chose cedar.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
It's weather resistance.
Okay. More coils, and is this for like, oh, what is this for? Is this what is this?
An apartment antenna.
Apartment antenna.
Yeah. This, that mount that you saw.
Oh, is this coax? Okay, I see. A whip right here. You put it on a ground there, and this is coax. Cool.
And then you adjust it for whatever frequency you want.
Staple gun. Okay, more products. I like your little test jig here that holds it while you build it. Just made out of wood here. Lets you assemble it. That's cool. Again, HF radios. You got a bunch of HF radios here. HF radios and watt meters and so forth. Up here you got your welded loops. I would say you've got a nice roll of antenna wire there. Now, people, 5,000 pounds, man. Yeah. Some people call it antenna wire. I never really called it antenna wire because I was like you, poor growing up, and we used any kind of wire we could get, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There was no such thing as antenna wire, but this is truly antenna wire. Is that like...
That's 14 to 7 strands.
Yeah. Is this steel inside there? Or
no, that's pure copper.
Pure copper? But it's 7 strands?
Hard drawn, yeah.
And it weighs how much?
5,000 pounds when it's full.
My goodness.
We couldn't put it where you unroll it, so we had to build this device to unroll it.
Have to, yeah, man. All right. All right. Looks like we're repairing.
Tim here.
Yeah. And it looks like Tim probably works on a lot of different things here. What are you working on right now, Tim?
A67.
Okay. Cool. Let's take a look in here. I think people will really be interested in this. So, what we've got here looks like to me, this is your surface mount stuff, right?
It is, yeah. It starts off over here where we silk screen the solder paste onto the PC boards.
Okay. So you just cover the PC boards with solder paste.
Yeah.
Stick them in here, and then you load all these reels. That's the parts, right?
Yeah, those are the resistors, capacitors, transistors, ICs, diodes, and this is the machine. Those are the heads that picks the parts up.
Look at this. This machine's putting some parts on there. I don't know if we can see it or not. It's going pretty fast. Now, those parts aren't soldered. They're just sticking, right, with that paste?
That's right. It just kind of stays on there until it goes into the oven. The oven melts it all.
Yeah. It's amazing that paste holds in place. You'd think they could slide or fall off, but this is kind of cool here. And then what do we got here, Martin? The oven. So they'll lay the boards in it.
It just goes through this oven with 4 temperature zones, and it heats it up and just solders it. You can see.
All right, I think she's on to run one, Martin, right there, or something. Or are we in her way?
No, that's all right.
All right, so she's gonna lay them in the heater here, and it's gonna heat them up, man. All those little parts are just being held on there with like a paste.
You see that? Yeah,
Up here? Oh, you got four zones? 270 degree and 250 degree. And then you got cooling fans. So these boards now are going through the heater to melt that solder. And it's going to come out down here. And maybe it won't be hot, maybe. All right. I'll tell you, Martin, that's some small parts on there, man. That's some really small parts on there. But that's all right, man. I like it. I like it. All right. All right, guys. Well, we went a little long tonight, but hey, we're able to kind of take you behind the scenes at MFJ, and it's just a lot of fun every time we go down there. We have a great time. In fact, when I left this time, Martin asked me, he said, "Do you want to take anything back with you?" And I said, I didn't think quick enough. I said, "No, that's okay," and I just left. I should have said, "Yeah, I'll take back one of your, big amps or something." But next time I'll think more there. Well, hey, Katie, thanks for sticking in there with us tonight, Katie. And let's see. I heard in the chat room that you're expecting a snowstorm.
Yeah, I just saw Brett, who lives down in Laramie, post that. I know we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow, or maybe starting tonight into tomorrow, but who knows? We had 50 degrees the past couple of days, so pretty much all the snow we've had is melted. So now it's going to start from scratch out there, but it's that season, so we just got to suck it up and deal with it.
All right. Well, it's down to about 60 something here, I think. So I don't know, man. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Oh man. Well, look. Hey, we got to get off here. And Katie, thanks for joining and staying with us tonight. Now, in Katie's contract, anything over an hour and a half, we have to pay double time. So we're running into kind of double time tonight. But we enjoyed it. We had a good time tonight. Hopefully, Martin will be back with us next week. And let's see if that's the wrong one. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, that'll work. Look at there. That'll work.
There we are.
Let's see if that don't work. Let's see if that works.
Get Dwayne back there.
How about that one? No.
He's working on the new SDR play. We got we picked up. He bought the RSP1 after watching my promotional video on it.
Yeah.
And so he's getting it set up back there right now on the shack computer behind me. So
yeah.
When we log off here, I'm going to turn around and go play with that for a little bit.
Well, I need to get my SDR play out and set it all up too, and play with it. Just be careful. Don't leave an antenna hook to it. Dwayne's listening, and he knows this. Don't leave an antenna hook to it and run a kilowatt on another antenna, because it could damage that little SDR. If it's turned off, it'll come back down that antenna and get it. So MFJ makes a product. They make a product to put on there to keep that from happening. I'm going to say good night to you, Katie. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Tom. Good night, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Send me threes. Hey, join our Facebook group. It's called W5KUB. 8,000 people. If you're listening on shortwave, send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. Join our 40-meter Roundtable net every Tuesday night at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on 7180. So send me through to everybody, and we'll see you later. I'm going to check in the chat room here and see what's going on in the chat room, but we'll see you guys next week.